pick, not one that I've seen as much from TTV, but of course we're not the only ones here today. Let's send it over to our casters, Spraggles and Dupe Snacks, to take away game number 1.
Incredible stuff. You can see the crowd is pumped. We got Let's Go TTV out there in the stands as we start our game number 1. TTV from North America, your purple team. MJK from Japan, your orange team. Woo! Yeehaw to you and yours. Let's get this thing started. Inteleon heading into that central area for the side of TTV. It's the first time we're seeing Inteleon inside of a tournament. This is the first time we're seeing Zacian inside of a tournament with a North American team playing. So this is going to be really wild. Beautiful play there from both these teams. Really aggressive from the side of MJK. And then at the same time, TTV making sure that they could secure that wild Pokemon experience throughout this fight so they can keep level parity right here. So we got that Sacred Sword Zacian moving on in to secure a lot of that. We got the snipe shot there from Inteleon. Massive amounts of damage coming out from the side of TTV.
You can tell.
And they got the Zacian!
Listen, infrared glasses on, they found him in the weeds and blew him up in half, send him packing. Zacian getting put down early and another one is mute. What is Lutano's got that third eye, got that inner sight going, finding them all and knocking them all down. K-openers 2 ways into the hands of TTV.
Beautiful stuff from TTV right here. There are a few, builds that are amazing on Inteleon. A lot of players choosing liquidation, but as we can see, I mean, Lutano, an absolute sniper for the side of TTV, picking up 2 massive KOs early. We've got about 10 seconds now until objectives spawn on top and bottom path. MJK getting aggressive once again, but a snipe shot almost takes out Wartortle.
Yeah, Otter peeling back. They're low on HP, but there's no commitment out of MJK to try and get that KO. And listen, we've got Slowbro here, who's kind of the Zacian hard counter. Once it gets slow beam, it's going to be there. But Zugruk knows how to get spacing for this team. And the fact that, well, the rest of the team's already working on Regice, that spacing is going to happen in the form of Scald on top of the Mew. Boosted auto hits Slowbro, doesn't matter. Nice little pop shot on the Phantom Force on the Zacian, who can't get it in time, sealed up. Nice Unite move by the Espeon. Bang, Zacian down again. And TTV is getting huge out here. Lutano says, welcome to the Guac Bowl. You getting slashed up, mixed up. Unite move out of the Urshifu. Doesn't even matter. Coffee's getting stitched up. KO streak at 3 at the gates for Lutano. Otter gets themselves one on Espeon. Wendy's 4 for 4 out of the gate. Spraggles TTV is playing motivated. Regional finals energy.
Oh, that's a KO
out of the gate. Come on. That the whole team goes down. MJK's got to be one. Who is this man? Where did he come from? And then why is he stomping on our lives in our own home country?
Incredible stuff here from the North America champions, TTV, to start this thing out. Obviously, MJK is not out of this fight at all. They have so many options to come back inside this game, but what a commanding lead to start our World Championships from TTV. Massive snipe shot right there. Unfortunately, misses that Wartortle, and from the side of MJK, they really need to funnel some experience over to Wartortle, still sitting at level 8, not yet a Blastoise, has no Unite move for the team.
Surfs through, comes through, tries to buy some spacing so MJK can literally get any objective off the map. Buzzwole Unite comes out and of course takes out Urshifu. They're just converting on every engagement that they've got. Wartortle seals up Regieleki, but I don't think TTV cares, Spraggles. They're looking to take some bodies because they know they've got the experience lead. And talking about taking one, how about a Mew? You can see what TTV has put together. A very front to back, buy some time, line up some snipe shots, get big KOs for Lutano. On the other hand, MJK is just taking individually powerful Pokemon that leverage certain things and trying to use that collective power to get some wins here. Buzzwole poaches another one, puts it on the backside, forces out the Urshifu Unite. Hydro Typhoon comes out, that's 2 players down for TTV. MJK's finding the flow, they're trying to get under. They grass knot him down, but they blink out in time. And there's the KO from the Inteleon on the Blastoise. Back the other way, the Urshifu keeps the push. Comfy Unite comes out to keep those 2 players standing, but the siege on the goal zone is fairly successful as they're finally able to get more points in.
Yeah, really nice stuff here from MJK, and they are coming back into this game. That Comfy bouncing around perfectly inside of that engagement, making sure that Urshifu could survive long enough to pick up some big KOs. TTV still up on this thing. 136 points separate these teams. As I talk about a lot, Dupe Snacks, I feel like 100 points is a huge difference maker moving into the final moments. If you're up by over 100 points, it really puts the pressure on your opponents to do something big at Rayquaza, because they can't just peel off and make one score happen.
Yeah, because the Urshifu was able to get quality KOs there in that bottom path exchange, it is now the biggest thing on the map, and they need to get behind that rapid strike Urshifu and make big things happen. Nice secure by Otter on the Regieleki, just to give themselves a different problem to have to deal with on the side of MJK.
As they're positioning themselves already at Rayquaza. 10 seconds now until the first Rayquaza of our World Championships. TTV in a commanding lead currently as they set themselves up around this pit, watching their top goal zone. MJK looking to move in on Rayquaza right now, hitting it with some damage here, but they are not starting this fight. The snipe shots move out, and everyone is patiently waiting to see how this is going to kick off. No one wants to make a mistake right here as a massive snipe shot chips up this Blastoise. More snipe shots following in here from Inteleon. Rayquaza still being hit right here, but no one actually taking this. And this is great for TTV because obviously MJK is the one who needs to make a play right here. They need to make something happen. TTV actually peeling back right now to continue getting some experience here, Noob Snacks, as it looks like they're moving forward.
They go in, big time Surf, tries to go for the engage. Zacian's there for the follow-up. Urshifu takes the first one. Hydro Typhoon's trying to buy some time, and it buys some KOs, 2 of them there. The Mew's going for the follow-up. Zacian gets those 3 players down for TTV. They're going in. The Urshifu Unite is actually flipping the script on top of the Rayquaza. Lutano's hanging out in the back. They're going to have to make a prayer play as the rings are unbound. The Hoopa is unbound, but it's nowhere in sight. This thing's getting low. Snipe shot lined up. Zacian takes it. MJK takes it. They're down by a ton, but they got those Hundo burgers on the menu. They just got to get that thing in. Zacian's buying some time. They're going to put some points in, and all of a sudden MJK says that might have been a penta KO on your side, but we win it on the scoreboard, baby. Let's get it.
MJK raining points in right now, but it is still not over. 327, 256 is more points rated for MJK. They are putting them into the main goal right here, and yes, they're taking a KO on Lutano. Inteleon goes down right here, and this Urshifu is just cleaning it up right here in these final moments. 256, 403, and they pick up a triple KO.
You've heard of Lutano. How about Luca? Well, we're going in, baby, and they're trying to find another one. The Comfy is just riding this Urshifu till the brakes fall off, but until then, it's TTV's brakes that are falling off. 4 players down, just Otter stands, and there's more points going in. Group E kicking this thing off. MJK looking saucy.
That's right, MJK from Japan taking game number 1 here against the North American Regional Champs, TTV. Beautiful final fight there. Incredible stuff from MJK.
It surprises all day for sure. I would love to see the Scyther, but I'm expecting the Scyther as well. And now it's time to see how MJK plays Inteleon as we move into game number 2 of the set. And we send it back to the casters.
Absolutely beam them down, and I expect to see that quite a bit here in game 2.
I wasn't going to interrupt you, but we just saw Dodrio with 3 separate hats, which I think is a huge, huge deal to have here on broadcast. And yeah, the question is, what kind of Pokemon do we see here from the side of MJK? Is that going to be a Scissor? Is that going to be a Scyther? I think, given the item loadout, as they talked about having that energy amplifier, it feels like they have a Scyther, and the plan is to get into that backline, take down that Espeon, take down that Venusaur, so there's nothing that they are able to do to stop them here in some of these big fights. Sugrug party really deep right here on the side of MJK.
Nice little cotton ball on top, trying to secure that for the team without having to overextend. Of course, it goes the way of TTV, and that's what they were hoping, of course. But look at the pressure that the MJK is mounting in the bottom path here. Hagu King playing very well and playing very strong forward with the tree, allowing for this push to kind of rage on. They're just trying to buy some time for Lucapo to engage. They go in, the wing beats come through. They can't quite get the KO. Finally, Ender shows up for the support. Egg bombs are starting to rain in, and there's the beam. A beam on top of a tree. They ain't Miracle Grow in that one, as they're forced to retreat a little bit. Umbreon going back and getting a KO on the Inteleon. Okay, TTV's trying to mount something here, holding on to their goal zone. But now the Scyther used their Unite back the other way, and this KO should get 2 for them. They're trying to find out. They'll make it 3, baby. They get far in the back line, and they're getting it for themselves. MJK, yikes, coming alive.
MJK looking amazing here at the start of game 2. They've got the Inteleon right now. They've also got this massive aggression here, and you can see it with that Scyther, a Pokemon that we do not get to see a ton of competitively, but it is absolutely going off here in game number 1 as they are continuing this push, looking to rain more points into this goal, and they're trying to break this thing. Nice big Sacred Sword. Umbreon has to run away.
That's one thing with Umbreon. If you're locking the players down or keeping them in one spot, I mean, Zacian loves to sit there and hit its button right in your face. And that's kind of what Zacian does. It's offering up a very simple problem to answer, but what it does is it stresses all the other problems that you're being presented, and you can't just necessarily answer all of them that easily.
Yeah, what we have on the side of TTV now is finally this Venusaur. We also have Urshifu, who stayed top that entire engagement to make sure they can continue to experience, continue to stack their attack weight, MJK, once again, just insanely aggressive at this objective, and they secure it.
Yeah, King and Lakubo have been playing such a good front line here. Trevor Unite comes up. That's on top of 3 players. Solar Beam back the other way. Finally sorts out Lakubo. Now this might be an opportunity for TTV to make a stand here. But unfortunately, the points are going in because the Reggie Alecki hit. So really, all MJK has to do is get as many points in as possible. I can't believe the Zacian got a KO Shika 2 on the way out. Lutano gets 2 back the other way, but MJK gets another positive exchange.
MJK gets the objective. MJK gets the KOs. MJK gets the score. MJK is looking very different from game number 1, a game that they already won. TTV in some trouble right here. Level-wise, things are somewhat equal between these two teams, and the question is, are they going to be able to shut down this Inteleon? Because it's going to do insane damage at range. We saw a couple of TTV's tools come out in that last fight. We saw the lockdown on a Pokemon, so you could hit them with the Solar Beam, so you could hit them with the Psy Strikes, but TTV is going to need to get a lot more aggressive in some of these fights. They're going to need to pick up a ton more KOs, because right now MJK is running this thing.
Yeah, I mean, basement Reggie in about 10 seconds here, and TTV's just trying to make their way down, and they're so bullied, they actually have to move kind of like in a crescent moon pattern just to try and get to the bottom path. Zugrok's trying to get on top of Sonya here for the Zacian. Tons of damage getting rained in. Another Scyther Unite, but they get buckled very quickly. Caught by the Solar Beam, I'm sure. Wicked Blow can't quite find the Eldegoss as they're moving through. Zacian's kind of playing backline to the Eldegoss, believe it or not, as Zugrok's getting shredded. Is this going to be a KO finally for the Zacian on Zugrok? No, the Unite move comes out, buys them a little bit more time and eating some shields. The rage continues. Trevor Unite on top, and finally Haku King tries to make it happen. The Wicked Blow rains true, and that takes another objective over to TTV, and that's the one they needed, Spraggles, to keep them in this game. Zugrok finally goes down, but TTV's work here is done.
Yeah, TTV having an excellent fight here, and they need one here in this match because they've been behind through a lot of this game. The liquidation lands true on the Espeon, and that is another KO for the Inteleon on the bottom path. MJK fighting extremely well, but we have level 13 already on this Venusaur. Massive power spike for this Pokemon. You're going to see those Solar Beams early and often, and also late, midday, you're just going to see a lot of Solar Beams.
Yeah, at night, Solar Beam.
Midday,
morning,
Solar Beam.
Morning, Solar Beam. Breakfast, Solar Beam. You eating them all day long, and that's exactly what they want Lutano to be doing. Buy time for those to get hit. But now this Reggie Alecki is flying towards a tier 1. They couldn't sandbag it long enough, so it's going to be able to be dealt with fairly easily, but they're looking to push up the back of this, Greg.
MJK is just extremely aggressive right here, and some teams would walk away from this, but they want the fight. They want to try to push this in, and it is right there.
Celeste is kind of getting buckled. They forced to retreat. They get eaten by a liquidation here, and that thing's going to hit again. And now Zacian can frontline to buy time. A nice little overcap there. 293 to 123 with less than 3 in the game.
TTV is looking to protect their squishier backline Pokemon, the Espeon, the Venusaur. They are using their ranged attacks to see exactly where they may be inside some of this tall grass right here, as MJK does not need to actually put the pressure on. They are way ahead on the scoreboard.
Inteleon getting chunked by that Solar Beam that was bush checking a little bit. Haku King going to be sought out and found as they go into that bush. And now it's just about trying to find where MJK is hiding. And they found one immediately. 3 players there chipping up. The Unite move comes out. Zacian is down. TTV found their mark and they cashed it in quickly. Haku King's trying to peel back to the rest of their team, but TTV sees the Rayquaza as the objective they want. Zugrok good spacing right on top of the Scyther. And now the Scyther has to dive into the middle. Double wing beat comes through. Solar Beam as well. Burtnanger. Trevor Unite on top. Holy smokes. 4 players out for MJK. TTV seals it up. Celeste gets it for them. And holy smokes, what a bounce back by the squad. The NA team says there's still fight left in us here in Japan. And now they're putting in those burgers.
They are looking to flip some burgers and get some points in right now. Nice little eject button into that Solar Beam. And here comes a massive 100 points from the Umbreon. 423, 293 for MJK right now. TTV with a commanding lead. 50 seconds left, though. So MJK is not out of this match at all. However, there are still members of TTV with Rayquaza shields, and you can see the Umbreon moving across the map away from everyone else, picking up Eos energy, getting ready to score as MJK is looking to put in one last fight here at this bottom goal zone.
They're already raining in attacks on top of the goal zone. The push is happening. Egg Bomb chipped up into the Solar Beam, and now Haku King needs to play forward in space. Zacian's nowhere to be found as they're just trying to bully out Lutano so they can't deal too much damage. Poaching off the thing is Celeste, but they've got a full Ray Shield too. Wicked Blow comes through. That tree is split in half karate style, and now we're all on top of this goal zone. There ain't enough points going in. Spraggles, no shot, not today. Celestial's game game, Lutano's game. 2 for 2 on the back, make it 3, and that's a dub.
What a beautiful series so far between these two teams. Incredible back and forth plays, as we can see TTV are victors of that last match, taking an amazing fight there at Rayquaza. You can see the scoreline ticking up right here. We can now see who won. Big win there for TTV.
Great bounce back.
Team can be. So it's going to be really a lot about positioning from TTV. But one of these teams is going to go one up in the tournament. One's going to be losing their first game. Only one way to find out as these casters take it away for the final game of our first set of the day.
They found a lot of comfort there, clearly. Unlike my solo queue games, who loses early and then loses the game, one of these teams is going to have to figure out how to maintain their lead through it.
You know what? I would actually change your strategy up here, Dupes. Yeah. I would try to win early and win middle and win late. That will help you in some of your games.
Well, I've been studying the first 2 games we just watched, and I didn't learn anything. So I'm hoping we've got a straightforward one here to really coach me through this. Hoopa Zacian is a bully of a lane in the face of this Buzzhole, and Chansey gets eviscerated right out of the gate. And Celestial just has to peel back and eat a berry and say, sorry, Ender, you have to catch the receipt for that one.
Beautiful play there from Sona, picking up a massive KO early. And yes, Zacian is just such a bully. Hoopa able to fight incredibly at range with those huge stuns also. And now we see nice secure there, it looks like from the side of MJK. Is Zugra looking for that level 4 right here. However, Otter already level 5 on the Espeon.
Yeah, exactly where you want Otter to be, right? Just funnel everything into them, sort out your supports and tanks later. No worries there. Neri, however, doing great job securing with those last hits and giving themselves a good level parity here with some of the bigger players on the other side. Zacian goes in, does tons of damage, trying to find Lutano, falls on top of him, goes after the Drizzile, who makes it back to base, and now they're kind of slowed down, but they've got the support right in the pocket. Lucapo and a little bit of Astonish gets the time that they need to get them out.
Once again, MJK just so incredibly aggressive in these fights. You can see they've got TTV on their heels here in this top path. Once again, moving in massive Sacred Swords, trying to take that experience that was secured, however, by the side of TTV. Right now, the scoreline very close, 8-0, as we can see the Trevenant in the central area here of TTV. Zugrug, the Umbreon, trying to chase it out right now, and they do push it back.
And the Trevenant is still able to make it happen off its passive and its potion there to get out of there.
And we can see Scyther moving on in here, trying to pick up some of this. Nice big side beam right there with the stun. It's getting very low, but it's got the Hoopa portal that it can go back through, and it does. Incredible play there from MJK, and just once again, always in the face of TTV. And here comes the Cramorant with the dive, looking to see if it can pick up a KO on that Espeon. Espeon misses their shot right there as they push towards this bottom goal.
Cram goes down, Neri goes down, the pressure continues. Is anybody to fall on top of that portal to reset? No, they're going for the body. Ender is chunked big. Haku King gets taken down by Lutano quickly, as that's a little Phantom Force for the Hoopa to get out, but it's KO streak of 2 for Lucapo. They're looking for everyone. Now they're caught on the backside of a nightmare. They get KO. Zacian tries to give them support, but now they're singled out. It's a 3-on-1, and they're collapsing on top of the Zacian. Can they get a Hoopa portal? They're going to see if they can catch it. Phantom Force comes through for a nice little potential stun and lets the Zacian get out of dodge. Now they're collapsing on Neri, who wants the KO on Otter, and they get it back the other way. Snipe Shot gets them sorted out, and this fight rages on. Haku King finally frontline a little bit for Lucapo the Zacian, or for Sona the Zacian, and they're able to play back on their side. These are the most aggressive supports and tanks I've seen in a long time, Spraggles.
Insanely aggressive. The fight is still continuing. I think they only backed off there for a second so they can give you a moment to breathe. This Reggie Rock is being ripped off the board right here. MJK, once again, look at this positioning. Look how aggressive they are, just pushing TTV out of all of these fights.
I mean, they're trying to make TTV cross the living room with Legos on the floor. They keep stepping on them like, what's going on? Why can't I cross this living room? Why is it so difficult? And that was off the back of some support and a tank player. And there goes a goal zone as Lucapo and Haku King again are going in deep. Zugrug is low. They find the engagement. They get the KO. Scyther still stands. Celestial comes through, gets the KO back on the Scyther. But the Zacian's just throwing down those big sword winds right in the middle, cutting off the rest of the team. Phantom Force right to the rest of the TTV squad to try and catch attention. Italian gets a KO back on the Hoopa. KO streak of 2 for Celeste. But now they're caught in the middle of a face of a Zacian. Neri comes in. They're going tons of air support. Bang, 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 bang. They're trying to sort out the Calgary Cram is. Sona finally makes it out, dodges the egg bomb, and now TTV is sieging a goal zone, and they're finally going to be able to get a crop of points in. Come on.
Somehow making their way across the living room full of Legos. Call them the sticky bandits or the wet bandits, whatever you want to call them. They are no longer home alone as they are ahead on the scoreboard, 147-80. And man, what an aggressive series between these two teams. MJK just always putting that pressure on TTV.
When's the last time you saw so many yellow pips on the side of TTV's map? That is how much pressure MJK is putting on this team. They can't do the traditional wild Pokemon farming that they're used to. And now Hagu King's just on their side of the map poaching whatever's left. I mean, MJK has a very clear-cut aggressive strategy, and they're executing it over and over again. Nice secure on the side of TTV. And from the long range, Outer gets it done with the side shock. They're coming through. Zacian gets the Umbreon, but they're looking for one back the other way. And Teleon gets them. We have the Cowboy Cram Unite. They're firing shots on everybody. KO Shrika 2, and now the Regieleki's going to hit close that goal zone out. That might have been the best case scenario for them in this case.
Yeah, incredible stuff there from MJK. Cowboy Cram actually heading home through that portal, but it looks like they came back, got picked up there with a KO, as now TTV is pushing towards this bottom goal, looking to put some points in. They just want to break it at this point so that they don't have the positional advantage here for this next fight. TTV trying to make something happen. We see the snipe shots firing towards the side of MJK as they are continuing to push. Hoopa, of course, could bring the whole team down right now. It is level 9. It has its Unite move.
They're trying to stun down Zugrug. Nice little engaged Trevenant comes out. It only catches Zugrug, but that's a prime target for them right now. Woodhammers are laying in, and another objective bought literally off the back of Hagu King, who is playing so well on that front line. I mean, the level of comfort that this player has on that Pokemon is very clear to all of us now. That's why they're prio picking it so high, because they know Hagu King just built different on this thing. That's what they want. And now they're closing out a goal zone. They're shrinking this lead. It's less than 200 now. Hagu King's there. If they get a KO on them, that doesn't even really matter because they're isolating TTV from the rest of their key players.
Yeah, great stuff here from MJK. Of course, they get chipped up, they get pushed back, but they're able to put the points on the board. They are now down by less than 100 as a big Unite move comes in from the Hoopa. They're getting really aggressive on this goal zone.
Yeah, look at that spacing right on top of the Cowboy Cramp, so everybody had to retreat back through the shots that were going out. Zugrug's still playing far forward, forces out their Unite move. They're still on top of this goal zone. Zugrug's low, and Espeon takes out the Scyther quickly with a side shock here. Egg Bomb misses wide. KO Shrika 2 for Otto. They're absolutely heating up. Who makes it through the portal? Almost everybody. Are they going to rain back through? They're not going to make that choice. They're going to hang out for a minute and take a deep breath because that didn't quite end up the way they wanted. TTV standing tall in the middle of the tsunami.
Yeah, that was just crazy. It felt like they were coming at them from all angles, but TTV kept their composure inside this fight, pushed them back, secured that Regieleki, and now the question is anyone going to deal with this Reggie in the bottom path? Obviously, this can give you a huge advantage moving into Rayquaza, the final Rayquaza of this series. And as I said before, Dupes Next, these series matter so much. One team moves on from each group, and this game right here could be the deciding factor.
Without a doubt, these are two top-tier teams squaring off to kick off our day. That Regieleki is gone. The basement Reggie's about to hit the map. We've got 10 seconds till our Game 3 Match 1 Rayquaza. It's go time, baby.
And now we can see TTV with some aggressive positioning here in the top path. They're looking for MJK. They want to find exactly where they are. If they can catch Sona once again on that Zacian, they can start this fight in a big way. Of course, Cramorant is able to sort of dive around and see where they can find members of TTV, but TTV is ahead right now, so MJK needs to make the play, as it looks like we've got some aggressive positioning from MJK. No surprise there, as they slightly move towards this Rayquaza. No one wanting to start this fight just yet. Everything is on the line here in this series between these two teams. Zugrug with some forward positioning right here. Cram in the top path. They may have actually seen this Cramorant up there from Inder on the Blissey, but I'm not sure if they actually saw it as Rayquaza's getting hit right now. Zacian goes down. Zacian is down.
Key member, they found them, and they're going to flip the script on anybody else. They're going for the engage. Hoopa's low. The Woodhammers are coming out. They're trying to buy space. We've got a Cowboy Cram uniting right in the middle. Espeon does go down. Otter's down. Now they're going to have to push back. Neri's putting in a ton of damage. They engage on Zugrug. 2 players down, and Lucapo's still up and going. Inder's trying to make some magic happen. They're catching out. Lutano's so low. There's the big stun by the Hoopa. That's another KO. 4 players down for TTV. Just Celestial left standing there, putting the push on him. Can they get the follow-up base? Can the Japanese team get it done? They get the KO. The Rayquaza is theirs. Match 1 MJK. It's time to get those ducats in. It's time to win yourself a match.
They are running towards these goal zones. They are still behind on points. TTV looking to try to stop them, but they can't stop the bottom score. And it looks like they can't stop the center score as another 100 points rain in. 223-61 with only 30 seconds left and another 100 points for MJK. There really just is not enough time here for TTV as they look to try to stop a score. MJK with the incredible aggression right there. TTV caught out in that Rayquaza pit. The Inteleon went down, and then that was it for TTV. 15 seconds left as they rush towards these goal zones, but there simply is not enough time for TTV as it looks like MJK is going to take our first series of the World Championships.
I'm curious if MJK used the Zacian to do the bait and switch, because they caught the Zacian immediately to TTV. The difference was the follow-up, the follow-up, the follow-up. TTV got that KO. MJK was there to sweep in and buckle every other member of TTV, no questions asked. And holy smokes, what a team fight by them.
Yeah, what an incredible fight here from TTV. Just looking absolutely amazing.
Understatement, and a gutting feeling for TTV, because you know that is a huge, huge, huge roadblock for you on your way into day 2 for this event. MJK, on the other hand, has to feel great. You played against a good team. If that didn't warm you up for the rest of the day, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I mean,
so
what an
much.
incredible...
Yes, I'm on stage with Sona from MJK after an amazing first game. Congratulations.
ソナ選手に来ていただいております。おめでとうございます。
Now, you just had an amazing game, but here in Japan, in front of your region's crowd, how does it feel to win in Japan?
はい、今回日本という地元開催ですね。地元の日本の観客の皆さんの前で勝利をつかみました。どんなお気持ちですか？
そうですね。僕の出身国である日本でこうやって、僕の知り合いもたくさん見てくれる中で活躍というか勝利できたのですごく嬉しいと思います。
This is absolutely amazing because, you know, I am from Japan and there are so many people that I know or they support me so well. And we are absolutely elated for this victory. Thank you.
That's amazing. And I mean, this first game, you took down the #1 seed from North America, TTV, a very strong team. How does it feel to get such an important win right away?
まず、第1試合からノースアメリカの地域の1位の TTV というものすごい強いチームを倒しましたね。この素晴らしい試合で、この素晴らしい勝利、初戦から飾りました。どんなお気持ちですか？
はい、TTV さんはもう僕がユナイト始めた頃からずっと知っとったチームなんで、もうすごい緊張はしていたんですけど、僕たちもチームとしてちゃんと完成させてきたので、最初から絶対勝てると思っていたので、本当に激闘ができて嬉しかったです。
I mean, yeah. Since I started Pokemon Unite as a competitive player, I mean, I was really nervous facing off against the TTV because they're a really formidable team. But you know, our team is also completed as a great team, and so everything. So we just believe ourselves and play one game at a time. So yeah, this is the result.
Great. Well, you proved that. Congratulations again. Thank you, everyone. It was our game #1. We're going to be jumping to a very short break. We'll be right back right after this.